All right, everybody. I'm sorry I haven't posted anything for a little bit. I've been kind of overwhelmed with a few things, but everything seems to be good. Try to make the best of everything and starting off the new year right. Anyways, I have something really interesting to show you guys. Something that's really unique, and in my aspect, something that's kind of just a very, very nice and different spin on a classic traditional folder. So if you guys want to join me on this, I'd be happy to introduce you guys something that I'm very proud to have on my channel right now. And I just think it's really, really cool, at least to me anyway. So let's talk blades, everybody. That's what we're into. Today I have for you guys Boker. Not just any Boker. You see two of them here. Boom, boom. Yeah. So I wanted one on my channel that locks and one on my channel that doesn't lock. They are traditional slip joints. So I'm going to read you guys an excerpt of where I got it from as far as where I purchased it would be Blade HQ. So they explain it a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. So we all know that Boker is fully capable of making an awesome traditional knife, but this is a limited edition Castle series that has handles made of oak wood from Burg, a large castle in Solingen built in 1133. Since the castle is coming up on 1,000 years old, an ongoing renovation project is underway. Boker has managed to obtain some of the original timbers and has been making beautiful handles for 6 classic traditional models, each limited to 1,133 pieces. Act fast and get yours. It's a great piece of German history. So basically, in a nutshell, they got wood from a castle, the Burg Castle, and they're able to make the wood into the handle scales of these knives, and I think that's just flippin' awesome. So we're going to go ahead and open up the first one. I'm going to put this guy off to the side because he is the bigger knife. I'm going to feature 2 of these on my channel because they're basically the same thing. They're the same materials, same blade steel, just slightly different, and I'll show you guys how and why. This one off to the side, this big guy right here locks, and it has a different case. And this one is the regular slip joint, slip joint that does not lock. But kind of bear with me here. My new O light unfortunately broke at the base, so now I'm using a backup light. That really, really bummed me out. It was a gift. So it still works. I just have to find a way to... I hate when they make something out of plastic, and then when a screw breaks and the plastic breaks, the screw, this is not the screw, the plastic, the screw that holds the plastic, and then it's terrible, man. I hate when they do stuff like that, but, Anyways, I'm trying to make it work. Boker, all right. Now, I love the way that they did this. The way that they did this was fantastic. Now, the presentation on the outside is really good. The inside, it was just sloppily put together. They just threw it all in the box. They didn't even put it the way that I would have, professionally sent it, but, it's whatever. So, Boker... And then on top of that, or underneath that, I should say, it says carbon steel, not stainless. And on top of that, it's got the German writing right there. So here's a really cool thing. Now, when I got this, it didn't come in the sleeve right here. It actually was inside of a piece of plastic it's underneath this. But if you look, it actually goes and slips under these little ties right here. So it would have been really, really cool to see that, but I wanted you guys to see how I ended up getting it. So if you get yours, don't freak out. They literally just threw it all in there, and you see this knife in plastic on top. So what you do get is you get this nice cloth, at least with this guy right here. All right. And this one is just the regular trapper. Boker Uno Trapper. All right, so you get the, I want to say this is the certificate of authenticity. All right. Boker Solingen. This is the Burg series, so Boker, Trapper, Schlossberg. I'm probably saying that wrong. Schlossberg. And it's numbered. So here it is. You guys want to read that? You can. This is the German side. And I was actually pronouncing these. I don't know if I was pronouncing them right, but I was, that's the blade steel, and that's the hardness, and that's the grind. We have the acid wash right here, and then right down here is the handle material. Griff material. And then here it is in English. So really cool stuff. I really, really enjoy this. This is a collector's piece by far. It's really, really cool. So with the box, you get this, okay? You get the reading materials, so that's not really, it's their standard stuff. You got the German and you got the English, all right? And of course, you get this that explains the knife. Oh, here it is, sorry. All right, and explains the blade, and you get your little tag. That's the inspection, quality assurance. I'm assuming. Like I said, this was wrapped in plastic. The plastic is underneath this false bottom right here, and it's basically flipped over. You can display the knife in the box if you want to, but I don't know. I'm probably going to keep this box simply because these are numbered, and that's kind of a very special thing. And I don't know if I'm going to resell this. I'm probably going to keep it for a long, long time before I decide to ever even get rid of it. But what's really cool is that the number is on the back right here. Okay? So that's 075 out of 1133. And this is actual oak. This is real oak from the timbers used in the castle. This is castle wood is what they like to call it, or the Burg series, Really, really cool stuff. Bear with me with my light. I'm trying to do the best I can with lighting. I know it's a little bit weird, but it's a good thing I have a spare. Really awesome. I like the tree emblem on there. And yes, this is 01 tool steel. So this is it is acid washed. Obviously, I've already said that, but just be really, mindful with the fact that this is it's going to be pretty easy to get a patina or get a little bit of rust on there when using this knife. So this isn't really rust resistant, so just be mindful of that. Really cool stuff. This one does not lock, all right? It is a full pin construction. And there's very little gaps. I've noticed that there are some, but it's literally hairline small. You really, really got to look for them in order to find them. So they did a really good job with that. There is no blade play up, down, left, or right. Well, other than the fact that it doesn't lock, but there's no blade play. This thing's solid. So it's really, really good for the money. And to tell you the truth, they came out with, I think they said 6 or 7 of the original kind of can't think of the damn word. Oh my gosh. This is why I need cue cards. Slip joint designs, basically classic designs, what they call them. So you're going to get a few, but some of them have already been sold out already. So if you're thinking about getting one of these or 2 of these, now would be the time because they are selling out really quick. And you could go to other knife places and see if you can get them. But these might probably be sold on a secondary market. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the other one. I'm going to put it in this pouch right here. It's really nice. And as a lot of people know, I actually used to work Renaissance Fair way back in the day in my youth. So this is kind of a throwback to me of witnessing this. It's just, I don't know. I've always kind of liked medieval stuff, I've always thought that stuff was really cool. So having this piece of history in my hands and in my pocket, I would say is just, it's really cool to me. It kind of hits home, So anyways, it comes in this really, really nice, and this one is the, oh man, I don't think it's the Barlow. It's very, very similar to the Barlow, but you get it wrapped. Okay, you get it wrapped in this wax paper. And I'll put the box. The box is really nice. I'm probably going to repurpose that box for some extra stuff, but this is a really nice case. And what I really didn't expect was how these two were so different. You get this one in this, and then you get the smaller guy in this kind of box. So I thought that was kind of weird how they did that, but you know, it's whatever. This one is the 1906 lockback, folding lockback. So it's the 1906 is what they're calling it. Really nice zipper. It's got the leather tassel type thing. And on the inside right here is the same stuff as you get in the other box. You know, your information that I showed you. So you get the number on there. This is your little certificate of authenticity. All right. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is because there's a person that did a review on this, and he really didn't show too much. He only showed the knife, and it was probably about 10 minutes into the video, and he really didn't show what it came in and how it was going to look and how it was presented. He showed off a bunch of other knives before he showed this one, and he didn't really go into detail of what you're going to get, so he didn't really show too much of anything else of the knife, not even the number on there. He didn't show too much of any. He's just, this is a nice knife, and da-da-da-da-da, blee-blee-blee, and he's showing it, and he's opening it and closing it, and he doesn't really talk too much about, you know, I don't know, it really kind of boggled me that he didn't really go over anything, or even the specs anyways. This one's a very smooth opening knife. Now, I've noticed, you can see that, there's that oak again, that castle wood. And then on the spine right here on the handle, you can barely see it. Oh, upside down. Sorry. But there's the number. And this one locks. So, no blade play. It's nice and solid. I really do like that stonewash. It kind of gives it, in my opinion, kind of a medieval look. I know that sounds really cheesy for this kind of topic. I'm not trying to coin it to take advantage of the situation, but it really does to me look like something that's, I don't know, it just looks kind of medievalish because of the dark, you know, complexion that this has. I think it's really nice. I almost wanted to call this a Barlow knife, but it's not. They already have a Barlow knife, but that was already sold out on the website. So I just got this one. The two I kind of wanted, one that locks and one that didn't. And this is actually really nice. So once again, not really any spaces. It's nicely done, nicely put together. It is worth the money. Now, of course, the prices differ from each knife. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Not all of these knives cost the same. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the specs of the knife for you guys, so you guys know how much it weighs and yada, 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 all that good and happy jazz. I don't know why I put that knife in the cloth if I knew I was going to do that other stuff. Please forgive me. It's a little late. All right, I'm a little tired. So this one's a little bit kind of tough to open, but I like the fact that it stays closed. I think it's a safety thing. This right here is so easy to just open, and it's, I don't know, it's really nice. So I like them both. I think they're both fantastic, well-rounded for the collection. So go ahead and get into the, I'll put these off to the side right now. The weight and all that for you guys. So castle wood. It's really cool. I mean, it's something. You know, this comes all the way from that castle that's been in Germany for almost 1,000 years. So you're looking at 2.61 ounces for this big boy. And for the little boy wonder, we're going to go ahead and, all right, 2.59. Really? I would think that the bigger one is 2.62. Oh, yeah, no, never mind. I'm tripping. So, yeah, the bigger one's going to obviously be more, way more. All right, and then, of course, the length on these beautiful pieces of art. Now, this is one thing that I was like, man, am I going to carry these? I don't know if I want to. To me, they're just so damn beautiful. So right at the base to the blade, except for the actual cutting edge, you got 3.5 inches of reach. All right, from the handle to the tip. And then cutting edge, you have about 3 and a smidge over 3 1/8. And it's a 7 3/4 overall length, with a length in handle in your pocket 4 3/8, so not really 4.5 inches on the this guy, the locking one. And the non-locking, oh my gosh, if this thing falls on the floor, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'll be mad at myself for being stupid. 3 3/8 on the blade with a cutting edge of 3 1/8. Overall, 7.5 inches. And 4 1/8, maybe a 4 1/4 of just handle if you have it closed in your paquito. All right, so let me get the calipers out for you guys. See, I'm putting things away and taking them back out, putting things away. Please bear with me here. I wasn't planning on doing both of these in one video, but because they're both practically the same knife, just one locks and one doesn't, one's a little bit longer than the other, that's all. 11.0 on the handle and 2.1 on the blade for that Trapper Uno. For the 1906, you got 10.09 on the handle and a 2.2 on the blade. So it just depends on you. Obviously, there's, whatever's also available. Now, for a slip joint, for a traditional slip joint, not a lot of people want to spend over $100. I get it. Those type of knives are older and they should be more affordable. But because of the materials, you got 01 tool steel, which is, way better than your typical 440 stainless, which most of your traditional slip joints are going to have, if they're traditional. Otherwise, they're going to have better, blade steels, and obviously that's going to differ in price. But these are really neat. They already have that protective coating on there. That acid wash really does help with the protection of the blade, so that way it doesn't, get too bad. But keeping these in your pockets, this is a typical drop it in your pocket type knife. I would totally carry it, but I wouldn't do it all the time. And the only reason why I say that is because these are they're numbered. They're seriously collector's knives. But you know what? I would use it. I really would, because it's 01 tool steel. How can you go bad with that? As long as you're not prying with your knife, especially with one of these, I think you'll be all right. But if you're a collector, these are one of the knives that you just kind of, might want to just, be a little careful with it, because there's not too many of these guys out there, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So other than that, the packaging's really nice. The presentation's really good, except for the way they threw this box together. They just threw everything in there. I didn't like how that presentation was about, but I do like the box on this. It's really sturdy on this guy. I'm sorry, I keep putting it out of frame. But I really do like that. This is all cardboard. This, it's the harder cardboard, but it's nice and rigid. I like the presentation, or I would have liked the presentation if it was, properly in there the way it's supposed to be. I would have liked it way more. But this one, they did a really neat job. I really do like the clashing colors on the case. That's really neat. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up putting both of these knives in this same zip-up case, because they're just small enough to fit in there both by themselves. And I'll probably just keep the boxes. It's just really cool stuff. It is awesome. Now, it's the first time I've ever heard of these. One of my buddies was telling me about it. He's like, "Hey, man, have you ever heard of Castlewood?" And I was like, "No." And then he pointed me in this direction, and now I'm like, wow, I almost want to get a couple more if I'm able, but I don't want to be too greedy. I want to save the rest for others, so that way they have a chance to get one too. Really cool stuff. You want a little piece of German history in your pocket, something that's, 1,000-year-old oak from the Dark Ages. I don't want to say it like that. It just seems kind of weird. You like knights in shining armor and Renaissance fair, this might be something that might kind of quench your thirst of that kind of nature. Other than that, it's really awesome stuff. I act really fast if you guys really want one. They're just really cool. I couldn't stop looking at them. I was opening and closing them. It's just really cool. This stuff comes from Germany. It's awesome. Little piece of German history. So get yourself a freaking bratwurst and a beer. Have yourself a little bit of an Oktoberfest in your pocket. Why not? This stuff is just uber cool. That was by mistake. I didn't mean to. Uber. What is? It's uber cool. Anyways, go ahead and slash that like button, stab that subscribe, slice that bell icon so you guys are notified anytime I post new stuff in these crazy times. Everybody, please be kind, be safe, carry responsibly, and I'll see you awesome people in the next video.